Hey, what's up YouTube? Welcome back to another video. In this video, we'll be going over variables in Python. So what's a variable? A variable is a container that stores data. So for example, let's say we want to display a number and we're going to put that number in the container score. So what I did here was create the variable named score, and we placed 100 inside that container. And what we can do with this is print it out to the terminal down here. So we can do that by typing print, and then we can type score. After that, we can just run the code and it appears down here in the terminal. Let's give you another example. So this one we can do favorite number. So I'm going to assign my favorite number, let's say it's 21. And if I want to output that in the terminal, I do the same thing, print, and then I type in favorite number. After I type that in, I hit run code, and then it outputs in the terminal. So I have 100 here, and I have 21 here. The same thing with floats. Floats are decimal numbers. So for example, if we want to assign, let's do price, for example, equals 4.99. If we want to display that in the terminal, we do the same thing like we did with the integers. We type print, and then we put price. And then we can run that code and it outputs down here nicely. Let's do another example. Let's go rating. I'm going to assign rating the value 4.5. And again, if I want to output that in the terminal, type rating, and then it outputs in the terminal down here. The next part are strings. Strings are text. Let's say we want to use movie, and I want to assign movie, well, let's type in a movie, Iron Man. If I want to display Iron Man in the terminal, well, we do the same thing like we did in integers and float. So we type print and movie, and let's run that, and it outputs in the terminal down here. Let's do another example. Let's say artist for music. I'm going to assign artist, and what is an artist that I like? I like J. Cole. And if I want to display J. Cole in the terminal, same thing, print. Actually, let's write a sentence in this. Let's write a sentence. I like, comma, space bar, and then we type the variable name, which is artist. Save it. And then once we run the code, it outputs in the terminal. So what I did here was, instead of just outputting J. Cole, I added these two words here. I like, comma, and then the name of the variable. So J. Cole is what I like, so I'll output in the terminal, I like J. Cole. And then we have booleans. Booleans are true false. They're like zeros and ones. Zero for no and one for yes. So for example, let's say we want to type online, or let's go players online. And you're probably wondering, why am I putting an underscore right here? So I do that because it makes the variable a lot easy to read, because if you take away the variable like this, it's a little, some people can understand it, but it doesn't make the variable name clear. So when you have a long variable, it's good practice to put an underscore, that way it's easily readable. So for player underscore online, we can assign that true. And anytime we're doing Boolean values, we have to put a capital T. You can't put a lowercase t, they have to be capital T's. True. So if we want to output that in the terminal, we can type print player online. Let's clear this before we run it. And then run the code. And then it's true. So player online equals true. Let's give you another example. Let's do items on sale. Equals false. So if we want to output this down here in the terminal, we can do that too. So we'll do another print function, and then we'll add a sentence. So we could type, is this item on sale? Question mark. Then we go outside the quotation marks, comma, and then we type the variable name, items on sale. We'll save it, and then let's run it. So it says in the terminal, is this item on sale? And then false. And the reason why it's saying false is because I assigned this variable to false. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.